YouTube, this is Charlie426, and today we have the review of the P-Bandai exclusive mobile suit ensemble EX04, the Woundwort and Dandelion 2 set. Now, on my last review, I think it was my review of the Woundwort mobile suit ensemble figure. There was one comment saying that it's not ensemble, it's ensemble. Yeah, I get that, because even in Korea we call it ensemble, and I didn't really know how the so-called English pronunciation was, but thank you for that. Today, last week I actually I made an unboxing video of this product, and now today it's going to be the review. Now, as you can see, this is what you will probably have if you build everything on the manual before like combining anything with the Woundwort. We have the Woundwort itself. We're missing a few pieces from the back, but that's because it goes onto this extra unit you see on the side. And then we have the gigantic, or sort of not gigantic, but a little bit big Dandelion 2. Now, why this is called 2 is that the Woundwort, as far as I know, its main like combat style or its modes or other variations are pretty much like imitations of other AOZ stuff or any other mobile suit out there. Hence, the first Dandelion 1 was actually a unit for the Marseille. As far as I know, there's like an AOZ version or Advanced of Zeta version of the Marseille with the Dandelion unit on it. And yeah, this is like the imitation or the Woundwort's version of the Dandelion unit. Now, once again, this review will be a part 2 review. So there's going to be a part 1 and a part 2 because I don't think I will be able to make a whole like review in it's going to be a long, basically. If I go on straight, it's going to be a long review, so I'm going to divide it into 2. So the first review will be I already made a review of the Woundwort, so I'm not going to go detailed with the Woundwort, but I will be showing you guys like what you get and then the other forms you can make with this, and the second part will have the entire combined version that you saw in the box on my last review. Alright, now let's get on to the review. I'm saying review a lot, but oh well. So for now, there's not much. I'm not gonna talk about the Dandelion 2 for now, so I'm gonna put it away. And now here we go. Here is the normal version. God damn it. And here, yeah, at least there are some improvements on this. Not on the figure itself, but on the small minor stuff. Now, as you can see, this is the normal version, this is the P-Bandai version. They're both exactly the same, so there's no actual thing you're missing around if you did not get the P-Bandai version set. But the only difference is that this is, the rifle part is actually black and actually longer, so keep that in mind. So that's that. And for some reason, if you bought like a second hand of this P-Bandai set and did not have the Woundwort, and if you have another Woundwort like from the normal version, you can always use the normal version on it because it's the exact same part and components. Alright, so I've already reviewed this, so I'm not going to go with the articulation. I'm just going to give you guys like a slight explanation on what this thing is. Now, basically, you can have two forms using these parts. But either way, the best way I can say is that they're both the Woundwort Raw version, which is basically a Woundwort with like multiple wing binders and thrusters. And yeah, and even though you do like, how should I say it? Even though you do combine everything onto it, there's not much movement, because keep in mind, even the mobile suit ensemble figures, they might have a bit articulation compared to the Gundam Convergence, but it's not really that much. So don't expect to have like a great amount of articulation. These kind of figures are like collectible figures where you're pretty much going to buy them and then display it, and that's going to be it. Now, even though you do build everything, there are some parts that you won't be using right away, such as this fuel canister ball, this block, which is actually for the entire combination and such, and all sorts of thruster parts. So yeah. This unit thing is, I'm not sure what this unit is actually called, but I do like the fact that they give you like a small core fighter or like a small fire part to attach. But as far as I know, I didn't check the name, but this is actually like, the best way I can put it is like a similar thing to like where the Hazel has the Hodurdu unit. This is like something similar to that. The best way to put an analogy on it. So yeah. So for this is like the Hoodoo version of the Woundwort. So right now, I'll be right back with the combined version of the Woundwort Raw, the first form actually. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with the combination. Now, currently we have the Woundwort Raw. Now, I posted some pictures yesterday on Facebook, and I realized that on those pictures, I sort of made a mistake with a certain part, but I hope nobody actually found that right away. But anyway, here we have with the Woundwort Raw. At this point, it's still okay, but of course, compared to the picture that you just saw, it's nothing like that, or it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, I mean, with the Woundwort ensemble figures, I guess this is the best they could do. I mean, these figures aren't the best articulated, nor are they like the best scale. Now, I don't think like the Woundwort or Gundam Converge figures actually have like a specific scale. I think they just pretty much made like on what they could was like a certain random size. That's my guess, but yeah. But at least right now, this is the Woundwort Raw. I mean, I guess you would have to like work on some angles on these extra thrusters and such, but yeah. At this point, it was pretty okay. I mean, I was fine, but the other part, the part where I wasn't too, how should I say, too pleased was the extra. There's another Woundwort Raw form where you can put these binders like. Similar to the, well, not exactly similar, but you can put these binders onto the back as well. You have to replace these fins on the back, and yeah, at that point it was starting to get a little bit messy. That's basically my opinion on it. So the way how you're supposed to do is that you have to take these parts off, then you have to move it. You have to twist those parts inside. So at this point, I'm kind of wondering if this form was necessary. I mean, even on the Gundam Wiki page, I've been looking for this specific form, but I wasn't actually able to find any images with the extra binders right over here. But yeah, this is how it works. Whoa. Now keep in mind, the Mobile Suit Ensemble figures, if you can just pretty much buy these to make your own personal custom, or your custom, how should I say, figure. Because these things are really, really customizable. You can really customize them the way you really want, because there's multiple holes and pegs out there. You can pretty much make anything. So yeah. So there's another form with this extra wing binders right over here. You can see. And another interesting thing that I always found is that on the pictures they had this part right over here, the butt. But on the instruction manual, they don't actually tell you to put this part on, so I wonder what's going on with that part, but yeah. So we have another Woundwort Raw form. Now, it's getting tricky to like position those extra binders on the back, because depending on how the arm is located and how the pegs are actually positioned, they could be all over the place. So yeah, at this point, you really don't want to actually like move the kit around, the figurine around. You don't want to use the articulations too much. The only part... The way how these are connected is that on the legs, this is pretty much for any ensemble out there. If you see the joints, there's always these holes on here. So there's always these holes you can actually plug in pretty much anything as long as the size fits. So this is actually how this works. Same goes to the arm. There's one on the joint right over here, but these joints are actually for the equipment, the weapons. This one goes onto the shoulder. So this one is actually pretty unique for its own. So only the Woundwort actually had holes on its shoulder, but yeah, I guess they were pretty much this was pretty much planned out from the beginning, so they were trying to release this gigantic product. So yeah, this was part 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope this was actually informative. I'll be right back with part 2, so please stay tuned.